everyone, and welcome to our next video in our WeVideo series. And this particular installment will focus on using graphics and some really kind of neat extra animated features. And we're also going to dabble in a little bit of some green screen work, which is really a lot of fun. And I just did some green screen videos with both my students, and I'm excited to share them with you soon. So this will be something that will be coming up as well here. So here we go. Now, one thing I just want to just point out, and we talked about some of the different elements that are here. Don't forget, we can always search anything we want here in terms of extra graphic features. Okay, so now in this particular installment, I should say with this particular section, I had my students working on news broadcasts. So what I had them do is I had them go into this section and just type in news. And they did some searching, and there's a lot of really kind of neat already like animated features here of like live coverage and things of that nature. So all you gotta do is really drag one of these down, and we can kind of play it. And it kind of has like the background and the there like the newsroom feature. There's a little animation to it, and there's some other ones here too that we can kind of play around with. There's this one. All right, it's kind of like the newsroom. Right, you got a little screen there. You got some things going on in the background. That's kind of a lot of fun. I think we could really search anything you wanted to. Animals, and we'll see what we get with that. In terms of, they actually have a lot of like videos here that are already like shots of animals and so forth like that. So you got some great videos here as well. Not a lot of animated backgrounds, but got this like political one. This is kind of neat in terms of kind of a great one from like a government class, I would imagine, right? So a lot of kind of fun things are animated, ready to actually use for you on your WeVideo projects. So all you do is really just drag them down, and like anything else, you could double click on the clip and you can start transforming. You can scale it down. So you can actually make this a smaller part of your screen, and you can move it around. You can have multiple animated clips in the same sort of view. You could flip it. You could do some different positioning of it. You can kind of blur the background. So you have this kind of going on. So you have the image here, but then you got kind of a blurred background of the image around it, which is really very useful, right? And again, you can do some animation. We can start here, and we could actually even, zoom in and have a little bit of a dramatic kind of panning. So we can kind of see how that looks, right? It's going to kind of come on in, which will be great. And it's going to get a little bigger. There it goes, right? It's a little slow, but we can make that faster as we progress through the clip and make the clip smaller. We can change the colors. We're going to talk about color keying soon, and we can make it even go faster or slower in terms of its speed. So those are the usual aspects that are on a clip or an image, right? So don't forget here, we also go to this particular folder. Excuse me, I want to go over here to motions and things like that. We have all our motion types, which we already talked about, right? So we did all that already. Okay, we have our audio, something we've already talked about, and we got our transitions, which we'll get to, but here's the graphics part. All right, so these are a lot of fun. So you got a lot of kind of neat graphics that are already here already. These are backgrounds. Then you have solids, different colors. You have overlays to put over an image, and you have these kind of frames, right? So the backgrounds are great, and you can, certainly do some fun things with that. Like this is a great like Star Wars motif one, right? We'll play that one, right? You kind of got like that warp speed thing going on there, which is a lot of fun. There's again just different ones that are just neat, like the water bubbles are kind of just calm and simple, right? And then you can put images over this, you can put videos over this, and things of that nature. All right, so then you just can kind of build your graphics and work with this. Now, I want to show you, let's kind of experiment a little bit. Let me go back to my media folder. Let me just grab an image. Okay, we've been using this Lincoln one a lot. So let's just say we throw Lincoln down here, okay? And we'll press play, okay? And there he is. Well, how come we really can't see Lincoln? Well, let's experiment. Let's kind of scale him back a little bit. See, there's the reason why. So Lincoln was a little bit too big for us. And remember, we can move our Lincoln picture around, and now we can press play, and we get the video in the background, okay? Now, let me show you what would happen if we did the reverse. Let me take this over here. I'm going to put the animated background onto video 2. I'm going to put the image on video 1, and we're going to play it. And you notice we don't see Lincoln at all. So I've been noticing when I'm using this more and more in my students, anytime you use an animated graphic, the animated graphic really has to be on the video 1 level. Okay, that's really important because now that makes it the background, and then anything now you put on top of it, you'll layer on top of it. Okay, so again, I could do like even multiple images here, right? So if I press play now that image takes up everything, right? All I do is click on that image. It's highlighted in orange. I double click on it, and now I can scale it back, and I can even move that image around. So I can have this image, I can have Lincoln going on. I can do things of that nature. But you see how that image is over Lincoln is because Lincoln's first. Okay, now that one's over it. Okay, so we can move Lincoln around too. I can take Lincoln and I can move him around. We double click on Lincoln, and now I got Lincoln over there, but now he's behind that image. So it's really a matter of just playing around and see where your images fall. There's one feature that WeVideo does not have, which I wish it did, was that you can send an image forward or backwards like that. Unfortunately, you can't do that. You actually have to kind of change the positioning on your timeline, which is a little bit cumbersome because then you get timelines all sort of in a certain spot, and then you got to mess around and change that. So that gets a little bit frustrating. But nonetheless, it still looks really pretty cool. And now we kind of have that going on within our image. So you can layer stuff. If we really wanted to, we could also even layer some videos behind an animated background. Okay, so if I had a video, I think I got some video clips here that we can kind of mess around with from our last time that we were doing this together. All right, I have this really big one of World War I, but I'll just bring a little bit of a clip into it. But what I'm going to do here, let me stop before that. Let me add a video track because we're running out of room here. I'm going to put the shots of the war and watch what's going to happen here. So I'm going to play that. And all we're seeing now is the shots of the war. Now, right away, you're probably saying, well, why? How come? Well, we can do a few things here. Let me go over here. We can see it. So let me actually go back here. And this is, I'm actually going to clip it. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to hit my little scissors button. I've already deleted that clip. Okay, and let's bring this over here. Okay, and then I'm going to like double click on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it back a little bit. So now, see how we have the image over there, and we're kind of, poor Lincoln's really getting crowded out here with the move him around. But now basically we can have, I'll press done editing. So what I'm doing is I'm playing, I got my animated background, I got my stills of Lincoln, I got my stills of that, and now I got the video showing of the war. And I could, obviously I could extend this out so you can see how you can have all 4 or all 3 really playing at the same time. And if I scroll down, I could even extend out my animated background. And there we go. So we got a lot going on here. We got an animated background, we got some still images. I could even pan and zoom on those images if I really wanted to make it kind of look sort of neat. And all of a sudden we have a lot of fun things going on all at the same time. All right, so hope that makes sense, right? You have a lot here, but you're really layering all your materials, and you got the animated background in that particular part. Okay, now here's a fun thing that I'm really excited to show you. Let me kind of get rid of all this. Let's delete all this so we can clean up a little bit. Okay, all right, now let me get rid of all these backgrounds, and let me get rid of this, and let me get rid of this. So I made a video the other day of myself in front of a green screen. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to put in video 1. All right, so let's play the video and see what I'm trying to say here.
Hello everyone, I'm using this opportunity to share with you how I use a green screen on WeVideo. So right now I have a green screen set up. I'm using my Chromebook's webcam to actually capture this video. I'm actually holding my Chromebook right now in front of me, and I'm not on a desk, I'm not on a tripod, and I'm just trying to show you how you can use these great features within WeVideo. So I have a green screen behind me. There's no extra lighting. You can do that. I'm in a pretty bright place, so it looks pretty good, hopefully. And you can do a lot of great things with this. You can take this image and you can remove the color. which I will show you also in this video. You can then also then take this and put a still image behind you, which right now hopefully
So right now I want to put a still image behind me at the 45-second 04 marker. So I'm actually going to do, I'm going to add a little marker there, and I'm just going to call it still image. Okay, done. So I got a little marker here. This is a nice little feature we haven't talked too much about yet, but it kind of gives you a place to kind of like bookmark stuff, right? And to kind of add little notes, even to attach a little clip there.
I did successfully. There's a still image behind me. You can also take this and put a video behind you.
So right now I'm going to add a video at this part of the image. Okay, so I'll just put in video. Okay. And it says line marker to clip. You can actually do that, and you can add a little clip there, but we're not going to play around too much, or even add a little comment. So put in that video, done.
Which I'm doing right now. I just put a video behind me. And then you can also use this green screen to even put a animated background behind the screen. So
and here is the background I wanted to put down right here. Put that in there, done.
a lot of great opportunities here and a lot of fun things you can do and pretty easy. All right, so thanks so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, so there was my little intro in front of the green screen. As I said, I did that right with a Chromebook, right outside in the hall, no lighting. I used the webcam feature. Remember, if I go open video recorder, I don't have webcam on right now, but attached to it, but I can hit webcam and I'm ready to go. And I just held that in front of me as I talked in front of the green screen. Now, how do you get rid of the coloring? So what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to like split the clip up. Remember I said something over here?
The color, which I will show you also in this video.
So that's where I started to talk about removing the color. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually highlight my clip. I'm going to cut it right here. And now I'm going to go into this new section. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually go over here to, sometimes I forget, I'm going to actually double click on this particular clip. Let me go back and show you how I did that. I have this clip highlighted, not this one because I already split it. I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to go to this little person here, color keying. I'm going to hit the little color keying selector, little dropper, and then I'm going to just drop it right there. And now I am done with removing a color. So now everything behind me, you see over here, I had a green screen. Now over here, there's nothing behind me. So I talked a little bit about how this would
you can also then take this and put a still image behind you.
It. Now I want to show you this because I'm in video 1 and we talk about where do you put your videos on top of things. Let's just pretend and we're gonna go right to maybe we'll add the Gettysburg, I have this Gettysburg Address little one, and maybe I'll bring it down over here, right? So if I press play,
and you
only see the Gettysburg Address. Well, is it because I'm too big? Should I go back to that one and make it smaller? Okay, that would work. But you notice that it's still in front of my face. Though that doesn't really work out too well. So again, we talked about how do you solve those problems. All right, what I would do is I will move this up. Okay, so now I will move this into 1 and I'll move this down to 2. And now we're over here. We're going to see, let me move this over a little bit where this clip started. I'll press play.
Which right now, hopefully I did successfully. There's a still image behind me.
So what I can even do now is I can actually, now I'm kind of blocking this out, right? So I can double click on my face and I could actually scale it back a little bit so you can see more of me, and I can even move myself around a little bit, right? So I'm done editing. So this whole clip now, I'm over here. So it's for the whole entire clip. I just moved myself to a different side of it.
Okay? There's a still image behind me. You can also take this and put a
So I want to put a video behind me, right? So let me actually go. I have a lot of those videos from World War I. These are going to be probably too big. So I'm going to put it here, but I know that I want something that has a little more excitement behind it. So here's President Wilson. And there's probably the sinking of the Lusitania. Let me delete that. Let me bring that over here. Let me bring that back. Okay. And there we are. Okay. So now I have this clip behind me.
And put a video behind you, which I'm doing right now. I just put a video behind me. And then you can also use this green screen to even put a animated background behind the screen.
So now here's where I'm going to add my animated background. So let me cut this clip out, delete it, and now I could go back to any of my animated backgrounds and I can put something there. This looks very heavenly. All right, so there we go.
And pretty easy. All right, so thanks so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.
So there you go. So now you have all these clips going on at the same time where I have nothing behind me. Let's get the preview started. Take a little time here, but I think you got the point of how you can do this. So I had my students do the exact same thing with their own videos. They had a lot of fun. Let me close this out. Not sure why it's taking a little time. But then you have me behind the still image, behind the video, and then behind that. So you could actually layer it, right? You could put an image here as well, just so you can kind of see how that would work. So if I went back to my images and I wanted to put in another image of like that Lincoln image, say we just dragged it down there, but then Lincoln was kind of big, so we got to scale him back a little bit, right? So we can even put like Lincoln over here in the corner. Now he's kind of over me a little bit, right? So we'd have to kind of adjust the layering a little bit to get Lincoln behind me. Okay, so I can do done editing, and I can actually like move probably Lincoln down to this spot, move me up, and then I would be in front of all of them. So you just have to play with the layering of how things work. So you can add multiple things on top, videos here, multiple animated backgrounds. So there's a lot of fun things you can do. So there's some great stuff with graphics and also some great stuff with green screening. And I can't wait to share with you some of my own students' work. All right, have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.